I would like to introduce our special guests of this conference, Tony and Corey Gonzalez, sweethearts of 26, married for 26 years this year, I think, right?
Yes.
And they are really saying that the focus of this conference is kind of looking at the different types of caregivers we can all be, or we will all be. If you saw the flyer, I included the quote that there's the four types of people in the world: those that have been caregivers, those that will be caregivers, those that are caregivers, or those that will need care, and that we all fall into one of those categories. But we kind of have one image in our head of what that's looked like historically. Well, we're breaking that, we're changing that. And the people that are doing that louder and prouder than anyone I know are the Gonzalezes. So without further ado, Tony and Corey, kick us off.
Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We're so glad you guys are joining us today. This is a very important and special time, but for you, this is a very special day. I want to thank, of course, the staff, Catherine, Laura, Susan, everybody that's helped put this together. It means a lot to us. I also want to welcome anybody that's joining us from anywhere that you may be, and hopefully this will be a source for you today, a new beginning for you. I'm going to share my story first, and then I'm going to let Corey talk in a little bit as well about our relationship and how it works. I refer to her as my care partner. The way I remember that is right now we're working together. We do things together. We plan the day. We work through hard times. We work through good times together. As a caregiver, that is somebody who is working with somebody possibly that is not able to take care of themselves as well as I am now. And so that person becomes the person who gives the care. So just to kind of clear that out. A few years ago, my family and I saw the first signs that something was wrong. I found myself having difficulty with my work responsibilities, and a lot of people were noticing that at the same time. My first realization that something was seriously wrong happened while I was coming home from work. I was in my hometown, in my car, a road that I'd driven thousands of times, but I had no idea where I was. You see, I'm 48 years old. At the time, I was 46. I'm 48 years old, and I have mild cognitive impairment and early onset dementia. I say every day that my wife saves my life every single day. We've been through so many changes through all of this. To say that this is what I thought I would be doing in my life right now is a very big misunderstatement. I am so blessed to have my care partner, better known as my wife, Corey, with me on life's journey. I often reflect on how my best friend and wife and I were set to enjoy our empty nest time. We were ready to play with our grandchildren, maybe even start a new career in a new town. But this disease changed all of that. Yes, this disease is horrible, and we need to find a cure. We need to educate our medical and insurance professionals, but we need to find a way to live well in our communities. And the way that works is with our care partners. My wife has done so much for me, setting up safety zones, speaking out, being my advocate, standing with me when it's tough, and being there with me to remember the good times. But what has she done from the beginning? And that's my biggest thing today. You all are going to hear about finances. You're going to hear about support. You're going to hear about the resources that this amazing organization has. And I want you to embrace all of that and try to take in as much of that as you can. But the one thing I want you to learn that she did was she led with love. She leads every single day with patience. And we learn how to live for today. Corey, I'll go ahead and throw it to you, and maybe you can share with them a little bit about what it's like being a care partner for me.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. I want to give you a little bit of background about myself. In my career, I was a special ed teacher. My specialization was autism, and I have taught from kindergarten through high school. And I kind of have learned through this experience with Tony that many of the skills that I was educated on and had great experience with were very valuable to helping Tony be able to do and keep up a certain level of life that maybe other people that didn't have my background might not have access to. So I think that that has definitely helped. I am a patient person by by my demeanor. And I think that that has helped tremendously. I think that on this journey that we are on, we are really trying to highlight that this disease, all dementias actually, are very difficult on the entire family, that it is not just one particular person that is harmed through this disease. And I think that one of the things that we really want to try and highlight is leading with love, number one, trying to make sure that we keep our patients, our loved ones who have the disease and have the diagnosis, we hope to give them absolute dignity and to try to really meet them where they are cognitively. Sometimes Tony has a good day and we're able to do things more off the cuff and we don't have to be as rigid. And some days he's not having a great day and we have to really stick to our schedule and things that he can count on in his day as kind of like a spine, so to speak. It helps him have continuity in his life. One of the things that I want to encourage all of you to do is to find your support system. One of the biggest things that I think that I have learned is that you have to keep balance in your life, that you cannot just pour everything that you are and everything that you do into your person, because then everything becomes imbalanced, you become short-tempered, you are not allowing yourself to be taken care of. And you really have to find people in your life, which sometimes aren't the people that you originally think that are going to be there for you. Sometimes people that were so comfortable in your life and knew everything that was going on, sometimes it's too much. The change that happens in your life with this disease is too much, and you bring new people into your life. I want to really make sure that you all understand that we have to take care of ourselves as care partners or caregivers. We have to take care of ourselves. It's important to keep up with your annual doctor's appointments. It's important that you put your health first. I think that one of the difficulties is you feel selfish, much like when you're raising younger children, you feel like by taking that time away from that person who needs you, that it's selfish, but it's really not. I kind of go back to when you're on a flight and the flight attendant says that you have to put the mask on yourself before you can help others. It's basically the same concept. I think that finding mental health assistance, whether you find that through a psychologist, whether you find it through a support group, or if you find it through a preacher or somebody, if you are of faith, it is extremely important that you balance your mind, your body, and your spirit, because this takes a lot from you. I would encourage you all to continue this path. If you ever have any questions or concerns, the association is wonderful about leading that support, and there are 1-800 number that can directly talk to you. Sometimes there's a crisis in the middle of the night. I know for myself that I have both my grandmas, one had dementia and one had Alzheimer's. And I wish I would have known about that resource, because although I was not a primary caregiver at that time for either one of my grandmas, my mom was, my dad was, and my grandfather was when he was still living. And I wish I would have known about that support. My absolute joy in all of this is we're really trying to spread the word about the support that the Alzheimer's Association can give to our families. And in one shape in everything, you really need to find your people. You need to find your voice. You need to find how you can manage this in the best way for you and your personality. I have a special set of tools as far as my special ed background. Not everybody has that. You have other tools. Maybe you're a nurse, maybe you're a medical assistant, maybe, I don't know. but you have to really pull on those strengths and know your weaknesses also so that you can find assistance to fill in those gaps.
Doing what you guys are doing today is already showing a lot of love. Just by getting out, educating yourself, finding that community. So thank you for what you're doing on behalf of the ones that you love. If you're the one that's living with this disease, thank you for your bravery, and thank you for what you do. I know how hard it is for you to get up every day and deal with life, but trust me, you can live well in your community with your care partner, with your care team, and with the Alzheimer's Association. And today is going to be a very busy, a lot of information coming at you, but write it down and know that not only are Tony and Corey there for you, but the Alzheimer's Association and many, many others out there. This is a historic time for this disease. This is an exciting time for all of us because we are learning that there is a way for us all to live well with this disease in our community. So thank you again to Catherine, who's hosting this, and to all the speakers today. It's going to be a great day, and we wish you a lot of luck. We wish you good brain health. Thank you, guys.
Thank you both so much. I want to let everyone know that Tony actually serves on our national board for the Alzheimer's Association. And right there with Corey, they've been traveling around the country advocating for those who can't share their story and don't identify with the caregiving image that we've seen historically, and are really breaking that ceiling. So we are so grateful for the work that they're doing, and promoting their message of love and not tolerating this any longer. We all deserve to live well, live for today, enjoy our time.
Thank you, Catherine.
Yes, thank you. All right.